Welcome to another Throwback Thursday. Today, we're going to be talking about fractions and fabric. This comes from Mathematics for Everyday Use from 1935. Using fractions in buying at a store. Fractions are used very frequently in finding the cost of articles bought at a store. In order to be sure that you are paying the correct amount for your purchases, you must be able to compute correctly with fractions. Well, let's look at the first one. Martha bought some blue ribbon. I'm just going to write blue for our blue ribbon. She purchased 2.5 yards. Then she purchased some red ribbon at 1.25 or 1.25 yard. And each yard equals 40 cents. Now that's the same thing as $0.40. Now for this one, we could do it a couple different ways. We could change the fractions into decimals and then multiply. Or we could leave the fractions and change the money into a fraction. Well, that seems a little crazy, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my fractions into a decimal. 2.5 is 2.5. Now, if you're not sure about that, we can just take 2 divided into 1. Here's my decimal. I have to add a 0, and there we go. 1.25 is the same thing as 1.25. Now let me show you, if you didn't remember that or you're on a test and you're really nervous, 4 goes into 10 twice. 2, we're going to add another 0, and then 4 times 5 is 20. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the total amount of ribbon she purchased. I'm going to put a 0 here. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. I didn't mention, but you have to make sure that you have your decimals lined up, and we do. 2 plus 1 is 3. That means she purchased 3.75 yards, or 3.75 yards. If it's 40 cents a yard, we're going to take 3.75 times 0.40. Now this is the same thing as saying 3.75 times 0.4. And let's multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 7 is 28, 29, 30. 4 times 3 is 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. All right. Now we have to count how many places we have for the decimal. So we have 2 places here. We have 1 place here. So we have to move 1, 2, 3. So it turns out that Martha is going to have to pay $1.50 for her ribbon. Let's look at number 2. Alice wished to buy enough cloth for 6 pennants. She needs 30 inches of cloth for each. How much does the cloth cost at 36 cents a yard? Well, let's look at this one. She wants to make 6 pennants. Now you're probably wondering, well, what is that? Well, have you ever seen at college or high school where someone will be holding something like this and they might have the school's name? Well, this is called a pennant, and that's what she wants to make. She needs 30 inches of cloth for each. So let's figure out how much cloth she needs. We're going to take 30 times 6. Remember, she needs 30 inches for each. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 3 is 180. She'll need 180 inches. Now they tell us that the cloth is 36 cents a yard. We could also write it as 0.36. Now we have a little bit of a problem here. We have inches, but it's 36 cents a yard. So now we have to think. 1 yard is how many inches? Well, that's 3 feet, which is 36 inches. What we need to do next is take 36 inches and divide it into 180 inches. Well, 36 doesn't go into 1. 36 doesn't go into 18, but 36 does go into 180. And let's just kind of start guessing. I'm going to multiply by 5. 30, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm going to put a 5 here. Minus 180 equals 0. What did we just figure out? Well, 36 inches is 1 yard. We have 180 inches, so we just figured out that she needs to get 5 yards. Yep, she needs to purchase 5 yards total. Now, if that is at 0.36 cents a yard, yep, we're going to take 5 times 0.36. The easiest is just to write it like this. 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17, 18. 5 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. Now we have to count our decimal places. We have 1, 2. So we're going to go 1, 2. So it turns out that Alice is going to end up paying $1.80 for her penance to be made. Now that was kind of cool. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Throwback Thursday.